Alright, so we're gonna prop the hood open here. We got some bad hood holder uppers, so we're gonna have to use a little tool that I picked up there recently. Get my hand in here, get the hood open. Junior's gonna put on a little interference fit there. There we go. We're gonna go over here and check out the old air filter. We just recently put a new Napa battery in it. 8 mil. Good luck with them coming out. They've probably been seized since the thing was brand new, but anyways. We'll see if we can get them out, twist the bottom of the box or something. How's everybody doing today? Mikey, how you doing?
Good.
I don't care actually, so just keep your opinions to yourself.
Well, that one didn't snap off.
Not yet. Get too close or you get whacked in the camera and then turn whack everybody in the head with the end of my ratchet. Yes, we definitely got to go grab a new set of hood holder uppers because, you know, that thing already whacked me right square in the top of the bean anyways. You know, not having much hair up there. It kind of hurts. So I didn't think for that size of a hood she packed a punch if she does, but by Jesus, she'll knock you right to your knees. She's kind of a Mike Tyson hood, that thing got an awful hard wallop on her. There should be a bolt down in here. If not, we'll just rip her off. Didn't need it anyways. Be a good time to throw on a cold air intake there, because you know those things are worth every bit of their money. No, probably not. You get the old bounce light down in here. Okay, take a pause. So right now we're gonna check the air filter, so I'll take this cover off. Take that out. 10 mil. Holy boys. She's just like ripping off the transom of a boat here, trying to get that out of there. So we'll see if we can wiggle that off there. I want to get a screwdriver and maybe a probe here. Loosen her up a bit. You want to go around the rubbers here if you can. Get the clamp out of the way. Take a little probe. Got my hand in the way. I just want to work this around a bit and see if we can, you know, get her loosened up. Again, they give you so much room on here, it isn't funny. Look at that. Old and brittle. The struggle is real. There we go. Yeah, no need for an air filter there. No, she's man. Look at that. Sometimes you got to open up the pleats and look down in her. Oh no, that's just a black fly. No, she's good. Perfect. No, probably not. One for the junk. So definitely need new air filter. Now I'll just look down in here and survey, look for evidence of rodents or something like that, some kind of chewing going on. See a lot, see a few maple keys down in there. Of course, you know, the spot where we got it from, trees are definitely an issue there, but anywho, we'll move it along. We got to put a new air filter as a recommendation here. That ground wire don't look too promising by times. Might want to take that off. What's this?
It's only $9.97.
Holy, that's what the vehicle was worth, brand new, $9.97. Figure that one out. Might want to get rid of the light there. $9.97. Was that the air filter or the vehicle retail value? Either way. So, anywho, we'll get a new air filter. Don't do like most people and forget to take it out of the package. We'll get that on the list of things to do and things we need to do. Definitely got to do an oil change. That's why we reset the maintenance indicator. So we'll get the light out of here. You know, whatnot. So we'll take that and leave it up like that. Take these out of here in case we need to fire her up. Like Paul Tuttle would say, fire it up! All right, we're gonna lift her up in the air here and maybe pull a wheel or two or three, maybe four, depending. Pull them off and we're gonna check the brakes, see where we stand, see if we can get away with servicing them. We are gonna be doing a safety on it, so we'll see if we can get out of there. See if we have to service them and clean everything up due to C-scalper slides or brake pads or, you know, or whether we're gonna just go ahead and replace them. I am putting this on the road for wifey, so I'll almost undoubtedly replace absolutely everything that is pertaining to the brakes and suspension wise and drive a bunch of money into it. You know, things ain't cheap, so if, you know, the brakes are serviceable and salvageable at all, well, maybe we'll go that route too. Just put a brand new serpentine bell runner there. So when we picked it up, typical Honda fashion, the alternator was seized right up. As Derek would call it, the charging whirler, so it's down in there somewhere. Oh no, I think the finance company come and got it, but anyways. All right, we're gonna set up the hoist and lift her up in the air. Go grab yourself a drink, beverage, take a piss stop, go poop, do whatever you gotta do. I'm gonna have a cigarette. Take care, cause we care. We'll be back to you. Bye.
Did you call me, buddy?
So as we said, we ground off the edge here, took, you know, got rid of that little bit of an edge there. A little bit of cross hatching here, grounding here. No need to dig her right up. That's just a light grinding. Changes the finish, takes the mirror finish off it. That's good. Takes the mirror finish off it so your brakes don't squeal or chatter. Gives them kind of a new surface to work off for the duration of their life. All right, we'll be right back to you because we're gonna do this side now. You can almost see me. You can definitely see the camera. See my hand. Oh, sorry, got him. So we're gonna take the mirror, finish off that. We'll get back to you. 1 sec. There you go, we got the outside perimeter of the rotor done. Ground off the edge here. Ground off that there. Now, in doing this, we're going to do this edge here. You see like spots like that right there? That'll build up and can potentially rub on the tins on the brake cradle and cause a hell of a noise. So we're just going to give a light pass over this right here. I'll bring you back and show you what it's like when it's all done. Not a lot of rust build up on it. We'll see if we can get a chunk here. Okay. So you see that formation right there? Another one there. Hey, Bob Barker. Are you spinning the big wheel trying to land on the dollar?
Yep.
You know, something about me makes you think I'm going to pop, isn't it? Hey, welcome back. So, as we said, we're going to be checking this for safety. So, I went ahead and pulled it apart so I could show you. Caliper slides are free. We're going to clean them up a bit anyways. They need to slide in and out so your pad wears evenly against the rotor and applies equal pressure. So if you look down in here, I'll hold it up at the light. These, as most of you may already know, should be nice and silver, okay, on both sides, in which case these aren't. So you want to look for a definitive rust edge here. This rust in here can make the brakes squeal. So I'm going to take a die grinder and a grinding disc and take them off. Now here are the brake pads that were currently on the vehicle. This line right here, some of you may already know what it's for, others may not. That is a wear indicator. So as that line disappears, you're starting to prep for new brakes. So there's still a good line on both of these. We're gonna just clean up all the contact points and lubricate them. I'm not gonna bore you with it. I'm gonna do the inside of the rotor, grind her all up and show you what it looks like. Then we're gonna come over here and I'll do the outside and show you what it looks like. And we'll walk you through the reassembly. I'm not gonna bore you with a lot of stuff, so if you want to just sit tight for a minute, we're gonna clean this up, like I said, and I'll show you what it's like, and then we'll start assembling it. So we'll be right back to you. Thank you. Hey, welcome back. Just gave her a light grinding there around. You can see some shiny spots. You don't want to just drive it right into it and, you know, do the deal. Like I told you before, you just lightly do it, cleaning just the rust buildup off, giving her a new surface to, you know, brake on and whatnot. Good preventative maintenance. When you see sparks flying, you're removing metal, so you don't want to do that. You just basically barely touch it with the grinding disc and you know, that's it. So anyways, we're going to clean up the cradle. You've seen it before. We'll show you the after, and then we'll start the reassembly. Thank you. So, can you come in here? We put some anti-seize grease down in the tins for the caliper cradle. If you look on the inboard pad here, we did the easy slide lubricant for brakes. Put some on the pads. Put a layer on each side so it cuts down when the caliper's on there. It doesn't vibrate. It absorbs the vibration because the vibration equals a singing noise, which creates a squeal and chatter and all that kind of stuff. So you can see, you know, now the brake pads loose in the cradle like they should be, so they keep them wearing evenly. If they're sticking in the cradle or the caliper slides are seized, you know, the brake pads will wear triangular. These have been on there for a while now, and they're wearing pretty symmetrical, meaning they're even top and bottom. I do see a little bit of deviation as they go up. They narrow just a bit, but anywho, it's all cleaned up now. We could take them pads over the other side, bring them ones here, you know, do the deal, maybe level them back out, but we'll keep an eye on them. They will true back up, and you know, as you can see, we still got lots of pad life left. So at this time, we'll drop the caliper back on, and we'll proceed to put her back together. We're not going to bore you with doing the other side, but we are going to do the other side, of course. We'll bring in when we do one of the rears, show you step by step. Hopefully you know to, you know, repeat the procedure on the other side, or steps 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, however you want to do it. Anyways, we're going to carry on so we can get her done up, get her all maintenance, get the measurements all wrote down, and see, you know, exactly what we need to do the mechanical fitness or the safety inspection. So at this time, we'll take a pause for the cause, and we'll get back to you on the rear. Have a good one. Okay, so we got them all washed up with the soapy water and dried them off with the compressed air and whatnot. You see the end result. They're cleaner. So if you're having a problem with your parking brakes releasing and they don't already come that way, what you can do is take a file or something, die grinder, and you can taper the edge of these on an angle instead of them being cut hard like that. It's a good thing to do on your brake pads too before you install them. Most of the days now they come with it already done. That stops some chattering from when you back up. You know, when you're creeping back and hit your brake pedal and they go, chamfer the ends of the pads, and that'll get away from that. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to clean up this bearing surface, put a little anti-seize grease on it. We're going to grind the inside of the rotor and service the rotor because it has been sitting. And then we're going to show you the thickness of the rotor and the brake pads and etc. We've got pretty fortunate, but we'll show you how to put this back together. So I'm going to go off camera for a minute, clean all this up, clean the rotor up, clean the crate up, and then I'm going to show you every step of the way to reinstall. All right, so bear with me, we'll be right back. Oh, sorry. That was an awful long pause there. Anywho, as promised, we'll bring you back here. We're doing the rear brakes now. There's the parking brake shoes. We already took the measurements off them. Lots of lining left. We got a good old collegiate concoction here, or soapy water. So we're just gonna wash them down, get the dust and dirt out of them. I do not like brake clean. Shit gives you testicular cancer, and well, I like my nuts. So does Vince. But wait, there's more. Nah, just kidding. So we just want to wash this down. It's all biodegradable. You know, Dawn dish soap. It's not much good for getting grease off your hands. So you might as well take the dirt off it. So you just wash everything down. It's a good way to clean everything up, make her squeaky clean. You know, there used to be an old saying, it's not fully clean until it's zestfully clean. No, just kidding. Anywho, we'll grab the air blower and the cloth and we'll dry this out a bit. We'll bring you back, walking back through, putting her back together. So we'll be right back to you. Hey, welcome back. So as you can see, we serviced the inboard and the outboard of the rotor. We also did the hub facing. Did a little in here where the parking brake shoes ride. So, you know, cleaned her all up. Got anti-seize grease here. We told you we'd show you how to put her back together. Want to line these up so you put your two hold down screws back in. I've already put some anti-seize in the hole, so just line them in. There you go. Now is the perfect time. Sorry, the compressor's running. Don't know how well you can hear me, but I'll speak up a bit. Now, roll this around. You look in the hole here, right there. Boom. There's your brake adjuster for your parking brakes. You just want to wind this up till it stops the shoes. Not bends them, not breaks them, not anything. But just till it holds the shoes. Okay. This is adjusting your parking brake. So I wound this off a bit. Take these and wind them up. Starting to get close here. There. So they're just holding. Just want to back it off so you can just get her going here. So anyways, that's all set. We'll put the rubber back in. I'm going to take a brief pause for the cause and let the compressor finish building up. Be right back to you. So again, we got our caliper cradle anti-seized up there and whatnot. We're putting her back together. We'll finish up this side and whatnot, and then we're good to roll. She's all done. Gotta get ready and head to work. So we promised we'd show you one front, one back. Well, we already done the fronts and started doing a brake fluid flush there. Had the bleeders open on the front. Took and drew out some of the fluid out of her. Filled her back up. Currently Sunday afternoon. So ground up the contact points on the brake pads. So as you can see, they'll slide right in, right out. You don't want to grind them too much because you'll get them clearanced. And then they'll bounce up and down like this as you're going down the road and sound like a pair of rubber boots or an ultrasound of your first probably child or second or third or fourth or fifth that you're most responsible for. So anyways, as I showed you, you notice right in there, a little bit of chamfer on each end of the shoes. So anyways, now we're gonna take some slideys and put on here. A little bit on the inside, a little bit on the outside. If you don't happen to have slideys, you can use petroleum jelly or Vaseline, stuff like that. Guys, I don't think you should be using your preparation H because, you know, you might go to bed with a itchy finger an itchy bum and wake up with a stinky finger. So anywho, that's not a good thing. So we'll put the caliper back on here. These are 12 mil bolts. The cradle bolts in here that we just put in are 14 mil. The nuts that hold the wheels on are 19 millimeter. The front cradle bolts are 19 millimeter. The caliper bolt on the front that I'm putting in here right now is a 14 mil. I wanted to give you a little insight too. When I told you I cleaned up the rotor flange, there's a very, very good reason why I do that. Get the flex line out of the way here so I can get on her. get her tightened up. But anyways, as I was saying, there's a very good reason why I clean up the rotor flange and the bearing flange. Any little chunks of dirt and debris that happen to get in between, follow me? Clean this all up. Any debris that gets between the bearing surface in behind here and the rotor, again, like I told you in the previous videos, warps the rotor. So, I cleaned up this as well. The bearing the face of the rotor here. You want to do the inside of your tire as well, so you got two clean mating surfaces. Number one, so the wheel don't do this going down the road. Number two, and most important, number two, it sits here nicely, and you can get the wheel off when you're, on the 401 or an interstate, whichever you choose to be, an old country road, your driveway, wherever the case may be. You happen to have a flat tire, you can get the tire off. Last and most important reason why I clean up the rotor flange facing me and the inside of the wheel is solely so you can get a proper torque. The torque on these 100 foot-pounds, do them up, aluminum, you want to make sure you get an accurate torque, because if not, the wheel nuts will back off. The corrosion that develops because the aluminum and these recycled metal rotors, it's probably, there's probably a Honda, a Daihatsu, a Lambo, a Chevy Nova, hopefully a couple Priuses and hybrids. Well, shit metal. These rotors are made up of, recycled metals, basically. That's why nowadays you cannot machine a rotor. Before, you take a little cutter, and it worked just like this. As that rotor spun around, the little cutter would be just like your old phonograph. You take a layer off, smooth it all up. They'd look brand new. This rotor out of the box is only 45 to 50 thousandths over your throw it away limit. So if you don't care, and you got all kinds of money and time is most important, not doing any preventive maintenance, you can, take a rotor right to the discard limit before the pads are done, because you're belting on them and everything else, never freed nothing up, never cleaned nothing up. My way isn't the only way, it's just the best way that I've found. Drop a line in the comments if you got a better way of doing this, but we took this vehicle from sitting and we're attempting to put it on the road. It's an 05 Acura MDX, I need it for my wife. She's a PSW and I want to make sure she can get around okay in the wintertime. So price was right. We're going to spend a little time on her. Not a bad vehicle, all in all. It's made mainly with Honda parts, so if you like Hondas, she's probably as good as a Big Red will ever be. But anyways, take care. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Front and rear brake service, Acura MDX. Again, a lot of my videos are like watching paint dry, but it doesn't matter whether it's a Honda or an Acura, a Chev, or a Ford, a GMC, a Rolls can hardly. Well, you know what that is. That's a car that rolls down one hill and can hardly make it up the next. Most of you Ford guys are like, really? That's what we own? Yeah, it is. One of these years when I decide to slow down, I'm going to buy a Ford and I'm going to join your crowd. Because, Ford backwards is DROF, which stands for Driver Returns on Foot. So, might as well buy one. I won't be able to drive too much because it'll be broke down more than a little bit. I'll be losing this keg I got in front of me here because I'll be having to walk. So, might as well get a dog. We'll call him, Ford. So he don't leave the driveway either. We don't have to chase him. But anywho, take care as always. Follow your boy for more car tips.